Are we recording?
We're just sitting there like, we're recording. You look lovely.
Thank you. I just, tried to put it together.
Today, I got no makeup today.
You look beautifully natural. There's nothing wrong with that at all, babe. You look hot.
I wouldn't go that far, but thank you. No, I've been scrubbing toilets and floors all morning.
Oh my God.
I know. I let the house go this week, so now I'm paying for it big time.
Okay. Yeah, I let mine go quite frequently.
Yeah. No, it's like
just have a little bit of this and everything looks fine.
Ready for my drink?
What are you? Well, yeah, I'm having a Radler again. Nice and refreshing. What are you having today? A juice box? What the hell's wrong with you?
Because I'm just like busy and cleaning and sweaty, and this is what I was drinking.
Oh.
So yeah.
What flavor is it? I can't see very well.
L'orange.
L'orange, very nice.
So yeah, I totally suck today. No makeup, no alcohol. Although that'll probably change after this recording. So
I still love you. It really doesn't affect my feelings for you whatsoever. So you do you.
I am at my wit's end with the coronavirus. So I am slowly falling apart. Don't give a shit.
You were doing stuff. You know what I mean? I just got ready for this. That's it. So
you're like glowing. You got like your little ceramic artichoke. Like you're ready to rock.
Listen, it's my little new setup that I have.
I actually have a similar artichoke on the counter. I could get it if you like, and then we could both have artichokes.
I don't know. Just decorative.
Yeah, mine's like, I think we have the same one.
We have the same one. Yeah.
I think so.
There you go. Yeah. It's just my little new setup where I can sit comfortably in my little pink chair and drink. Really. It's quite nice. So yeah, we are going to talk about something, unfortunately, that I have a little bit of experience in. On death, divorce, and dating. It's divorce this week.
That's why we took a break last week, because we just had a whole bunch of shit to throw at Kathy.
Yeah, super. No, but it's interesting that you found some interesting tidbits about why getting divorced in your 40s is really not so bad. It actually can have a lot of positives, which obviously I didn't know that, but I did. I know I did. But I think it's kind of fun to talk about what they are and whether maybe I would agree. I am basically almost working on the second. So yeah, I've had 2 divorces.
So you're pro.
I'm kind of professional, in my own little way. So,
you are.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we can talk about it. You can throw some shit at me. I'll let you know what I think. And I definitely have some positive things to talk about, for sure.
So I'm curious, out of this article, is there any like points that you like want my unprofessional opinion on?
Well,
or my thoughts?
Oh yeah, no, I know I'm going to get them for sure. Definitely one that I thought was rather interesting was how, women in particular really come into their sexual prime late 30s. And it's interesting how they say how, once you're in your 40s, you're more open, maybe you're a little more comfortable in your skin. And one of the things they pointed out was, maybe, and men too, obviously, I'm not just saying this for women, but how you can explore different relationships. And the little picture had 2 women and a guy. So basically, hey, maybe if you divorce in your 40s, you want to have a threesome.
Hey, you're totally, so is this something you're considering now when the coronavirus is over?
Yeah, I don't know if that is or not. That's complicated to me, because what?
Say something so stupid that only I would find funny.
What did you say?
I was
didn't
going to
hear
say, if only artichokes could talk. So I see your
Okay.
bed back there. Anyway,
Yeah, I know, right?
if you know me personally, maybe you
Oh
think
my
it was funny.
God. So yeah, no, I have I think that's a complicated situation to be in.
I'd say so. I know people who've done it, and I know people who've done it, and then the partner ends up with the other person that just joined in,
Yeah.
and it caused a lot of problems. And then, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really hard if you really, really like you and love your partner. I think it would be hard to share them. But you know, me, I don't know. I mean, everyone's different. Some people are totally open to it. But yeah, that's exactly
Fuck it. Sure, take them.
I, I would be afraid of that very thing.
True.
Right? That's all.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's something that I thought was kind of funny in one of the, hey, what about this?
That's amazing. You totally need to put that on your bucket list. And I feel like I should be the person to find the team for you.
Oh my God.
I think I'm gonna like host like a casting call. That actually an online
this is the
casting call.
I give you something and you really run too far with it. Okay. This is just, I wanted your feedback on that.
That's the only type of running I've been doing these days.
So,
Fuck.
so yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting one. Basically, you know, I guess getting more adventurous sexually is what they're saying. Why not? Why not? You know?
Fuck it.
Then that ties in, you know, you take better care of yourself. So I guess if you're going to have a threesome, you might want to look pretty good.
Well, yeah, because now it's like, if there's like another woman in the room, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Kathy's like, I want to be the better looking one.
Exactly. So, yeah. So that's it.
This is amazing. Okay, so Kathy's like going to have a threesome. This is great.
Oh. Why do I bring this shit up with you? Seriously. This is in the article.
You guys can email us at dx3podcastradio@gmail.com if you, or if you know anyone who might want to hang out with this chick. I don't know wait, or will you be on this side or this side when we post?
Oh,
she's either up, left, or right, or down. I don't even remember what it looks like once we post, but it ain't me, it's her. So if you guys want to help us.
Let's move on. But I thought that was an interesting point.
You can inbox us too on Instagram and Facebook.
Are you done?
Seriously. Shots and full body shots. Okay, I'm done. Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed now that you're even joking about this.
The people need to know. The people need to know.
Okay, some other points about divorce.
She'd make a great stepmom, by the way. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, that's true. I would. Thank you.
Good.
I would make a good stepmom for sure. But that's something, you know, for sure about kids. You know, a lot of people think that they should stay in the relationship for the kids, which is generally a pretty awful idea because obviously you're not getting along and you're not happy. So that's something to really not fear. And we've touched upon that, but it was just on the list. Like, hey, don't stay together for the kids. No shit. We know this now. And if you're doing it, don't do it.
100%.
What else was on the list? Being better off financially. You know, I know that's hit and miss really for some, but if you've been with your partner that isn't good with money, you could at least, you know, turn the corner with it once you're on your own again. Right. And in your 40s, you still have time to work and save and kind of turn things around. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a good thing. And, you know, just basically having more time to socialize with friends, being in a more positive headspace, all those things I would agree with.
Are positive.
Just, they're total positives. I think a lot of people really are terrified initially, especially when you have children, right? Yeah. That really, at least speaking from my experience as a woman, that's always been really the toughest part because I've had kids involved in both breakups.
Right.
So there's a huge amount of fear as far as how am I going to swing this you know, on my own. Because I know, you know, I'm sharing with both of my exes. I am, but I've always been the main, like I'm primary. So, you know, the majority has always been my responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's daunting, you know, to realize. I think it's wonderful when there's certain situations where they're sharing really amicably and it's a maybe a more even split. That has not been my experience. So that makes it daunting and scary. But I have to say, I have had a lot of really amazing experiences with my kids, like just the three of us,
Yeah.
which I think is really special. We have an openness, the three of us, the way that we communicate and share. And my kids basically, they tell me everything, which is wonderful, but maybe not so much with the 16-year-old. But, you know, I appreciate it. But there are definite positives, you know, and staying positive about your other partner, you know. Don't be throwing your ex under the bus all the time. You can't do that around your kids, you know. Be respectful. But there's a definite confidence and change in who I am in my 40s compared to my 20s and 30s. So
yeah,
I think you can really navigate in a different way and a better way if things are ending in your 40s, you know. And I think that people need to know that it's all for the best, you know. You shouldn't stay in something when people aren't happy.
For sure. Absolutely. I
know it's hard. I can get it. It's so fucking hard, you know, to decide, do I stay or do I go? But, you know, at the end of it, I don't want someone to stay with me for the sake of, well, I should, you know, we've got kids, I'm going to stay with her.
So I'm going to cut you off right there because we have a little note from somebody from this week. And let me just take a look here because I printed this out because it's about basically what you're talking about. That's why I'm trying to cut in. So
yeah, for sure.
Where is it here? Hey ladies, so I'm going to be going through my first divorce. I'm 36. We were married for 3 years when things began to change. We have 2 kids. And I'm terrified to be single. He cheated with a coworker. I found emails and texts that I cannot deal with. Very explicit chats about their time together. What are your thoughts on this? Should I leave? I'm really, really lost, unsure what to do. Mel.
Okay, here's the thing for me. I've been in that situation for sure. Mm-hmm. It really is so personal how to handle that, because I know it's easy to say, leave, walk away. Yeah. But how is he, now that she knows? Does he want to do better? Does he want to do the work? If he's willing to do the work, you can definitely try, right? You've got 2 smaller kids. Maybe, I mean, there are affairs that, you know, people have stayed together. But that's a big hurdle. That's a big hurdle to climb. So
tough one.
That's where you have to see how committed your cheating partner is, you know. And if they just want you to, oh, you know, babe, forget about it, it didn't mean anything. Well, if he wants to be nonchalant about it, walk.
Yeah. And I can say I have like more than a few friends that are going through it or have just gone through it, and it's crazy to see like the differences now. Like some have like moved on and are starting families with like the new woman. Some are just like not showing any really remorse and just okay. Like it's just so crazy how different.
Absolutely.
Different situations are different, right? But it's like
that's what you have to take into consideration. Like she's asking, okay, what do we think? Well, if you feel that you could forgive him, if he's showing remorse and he wants to go to counseling and work through things, then that's the road you take. But if you feel that you could never truly trust him, even if you did work, then you need to let it go, because he'll spend the rest of his life trying to make it up to you, and you're never going to feel like 100%. So that's where, you know, you are better off moving on. So
it's good that you're like, yeah, it's good that like you've got that experience and I've got mine, because you see it from a different perspective. Don't ask a widow that question, because you know what she's going to say? Fuck them, fuck it. Because I'm so at the point in my life after everything. I feel like I've been through really one of the worst case scenarios. So now I'm at the point in my life where I'm just like,
but this is a different
scenario,
right? This is a different scenario
because
the person you've got to share children with this person.
Exactly.
So they're always going to be around. So how do you want to play that? Do you want to work so that you can try and figure it out and stay together, or, you know, go? So it really comes down to what she feels she can do, you know?
Yeah.
And
that's just it.
For her. That's a decision we can't make for her.
No.
If her husband is super remorseful, I mean, it's someone at work. Is he going to leave his job? Because that's not going to create any safe place to know that he's still seeing this woman every day and they're trying to work out their marriage. You know what I mean? Like, things have to change. Things have to be shown in a way that, you know, I mean, this was a total fuck up and I'll never do it again. Let me show you. Don't know if he can do that.
I'd be like, I hope you, like, you know, can be a barista, because you're going to go fucking work at Starbucks now. Like, like I said, I don't have biological children and I've been hurt in a much different way. So my tolerance for something like that, I'm just like, meh. So it's.
And here's the thing. If you want to brush it under the carpet and, you know, not do anything about it, you're showing your partner how you're showing them how they can treat you.
Exactly.
And if you don't stand up for yourself to say, I need to see, you know, XYZ to even consider moving forward with you. If you don't put your foot down and show that to them, they'll keep doing it to you over and over again.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, no different.
So,
exactly.
I mean, why did they do it in the first place? It has nothing to do with you. I'll tell you that, because.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I could sit there for days and days and days and beat myself up and like, what did I do wrong? What was it about me? And it's not even about me, because I'm not perfect and you weren't happy. My partners weren't happy with me for whatever reason, but I didn't deserve the way I was treated. And I think people that are hurting and that have been mistreated shouldn't internalize it on themselves, is what I'm trying to say.
No, and it's funny because, you know, you and I mean, you can speak to this better than me, but, you know, for someone who has been divorced multiple times or a couple times, you know, I could see it very easy being like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And me standing on the outside looking like at you, I don't look at you being you're a horrible person to be with. I think that we generally attract a certain type of person, a certain type of personality. And so it's funny because when I look back at my relationships, I can see patterns. And there's definitely similarities, but I'm definitely have ended up with someone who is different.
Yeah.
In terms of, I would say I definitely have a look that I like in a man. Like we all, you know, might like a blonde haired, a blue eyed, a redhead, whatever it is, right? So I definitely have like a type. Sure. However, the personality, I've changed. Let's put it that way. I went kind of polar opposite.
See, for me, I don't feel my exes are similar at all.
No.
They were, in getting into things and the relationship as we moved on. Yeah, there were broken bits that surfaced that, you know.
That's the thing.
But I didn't really. I guess I can't say I saw like extreme red flags, and I'm very close to my family. Okay, and my family was even like, "Whoa, I didn't see that coming." You know, like things just change.
Things change, people change, and then the thing is we can't control the outside contributing factors. So, you know, if someone reunites with someone or someone meets someone and there's a spark, we can't control chemistry between other people. It can happen to anyone. It could happen to anyone.
Exactly. And you know what, my thing, the most important thing that you can do when you've been hurt is to forgive. And because it's just so poisonous to hold it all in. And especially for me, like I have children. So I want my children to know that their parents get along, you know?
Yeah.
That's just, because that's bigger, you know? I grew up with my parents together. So I can't relate to understand what my kids are going through. But I know that I can be the best person and try and be as great as I can be with my exes for them, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. And I see it here because my partner has an ex.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they were never married or anything, but they have a child together. And so, yeah, they have to keep things civil.
Sure.
You have to.
It's not easy. I know I've heard horror stories of, you know, breakups that are so ugly and so messy, and it can take a long time. It can take don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here saying that this shit happened overnight and I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm good with my ex. Kumbaya, let's be friends. Excuse me. I'm choking. So
On what?
It takes time. I need more.
Should I send an ambulance?
No. It's just a dry throat. See, gotta love video. Yeah, so it takes a long time. Some people never find that good place, but you gotta try. Are you laughing at me still?
Not at all. I was just kind of looking at you, and then I was really thirsty, and then I was just kind of like looking at myself and how ridiculous.
Yeah, having your juice box. Your juice box.
Caught a little glimpse.
So yeah, I think, you know, a super important thing to do when you have any kind of breakup is get right with yourself. That's my message. Because if you don't get right with yourself and if you don't find happiness within yourself, you're never going to find it with anyone else. You're always going to attract the same shit, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you know, it's a work in progress. And I just think that there's so many outlets, like I've said a million times, there's so many places to get help. There's so many people to talk to that there's really no excuse to be stuck and be in a negative space over a breakup, you know?
Yep.
You need to work on yourself and just try and find a new direction. It's got to be a new direction, you know? So that's my 2 cents.
Might be 3 cents soon.
Oh Lord. That's the thing. That's the funniest part, because as much as I guess I've been practicing maybe to get it right. Maybe the next one is going to be the best, because you can like figure out all the stuff that you didn't like and all the things that you would like, you know, and how you want to be treated and the things that you want to do. And it's very empowering in a lot of ways as you get older, because you just naturally get more settled and confident in yourself. So, you know, there's just kind of no bullshit. I mean, I've always been a direct person, but it's just different now.
So I'm already planning your third wedding.
Let's do your wedding first, okay? Let's get you done.
Boy.
Don't concern yourself about me. I'm not setting any timelines for me, but I think, yeah, I do like being married. I think it's a wonderful thing if it works and you're, you know, you don't rush into it. But if it doesn't, it doesn't either. Like, I'm okay. I have friends that have never been married.
There's nothing wrong with it. One of my good friends who you know very well, her Oma was widowed 3 times.
You told me about her.
And she is incredible. She lost her last husband. Oma just turned I think 84 or 85. Anyway, her last husband passed away a couple days after my James. And I actually went to the funeral, like literally, I think it was the day after James's funeral, or day after James's funeral. Anyway, but
Yep.
she's such a crazy, like not crazy, like crazy in a good way. She's not crazy, but
Yeah,
she's
no,
like like what I was trying to say is like she's just so crazy, like crazy fun, crazy amazing. Like this woman has like lived 3 lives, like lost 3 loves of her life. Like it's just I absolutely love this woman. In fact, you know, I did a little outside visit the other day with my girlfriend for her birthday, and she's just like, anytime I kind of like look at life and I'm like, wow, because even like you know, we haven't set a date for the wedding or anything. I'm not like running to the altar because I've kind of been there, done that, but my marriage ended differently. So I'm gonna about the second one a little differently, probably be a lot more private. And you know, sometimes, you know, there is almost a little bit of that guilt inside that you're like, is it too early still? Is it this? Is it that? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We have a life together. A piece of paper ain't gonna really change anything, but we will eventually. That's our plan. But anytime I kind of feel like, you know, is it okay to do it, even though I've had priests, his parents, friends, everyone support it. I think of this woman because I'm like, wow, like she essentially got 3 lives, like 3 new fresh starts at love and life with, and she's just, and you know, just listening to her, even to her talk about like, you know, her previous relationships, and then her last has, like, you could just tell they were just like, I feel like as you get older and you become wiser and you go through experiences, whether it's, you know, just dating or divorces or becoming a widow or widower, it's true, you kind of start figuring out what you really want. So I feel when it's time for you to really settle with the next person, it's going to probably be bang on. Like,
well, you know, 3rd time's a charm. Maybe I'll get it right. I don't know.
If you don't, go to 4. Who gives a shit?
You know? Like, what was Elizabeth Taylor? Like 7?
How many?
J-Lo was on going on to 4.
Yeah, no shit.
She said her first few were like warm-ups. You know?
Exactly.
That's what it is. I'm training.
There you go.
I'm training for the big race.
Listen, if you can land yourself an A-Rod, I'm all for that, even if it's on the 10th try. I'll be there. Just be generous and split some of that carrot with me.
Of
Carrot. Did you see?
Pardon?
Her ring is like as wide as my wrist.
Of course it is. Would you expect anything less for her?
Not really, because he's a diva too. So
yeah. So they're found the perfect match.
Exactly.
They really work well together. So there you go.
Yeah.
So no, you know, as far as our friend that wrote in, you know, I'm very sad for her going through this, being cheated on. Super sucks. And she can't beat herself up for it, and she's just got to decide ultimately if he's going to do the work to basically make her feel safe and good again, you know, and all you can do is wait and see on that one, right?
Yep.
So
yeah, I know that sucks. I mean, I've only been cheated on like when I was like in my 20s. Serious relationship.
Yeah, no, that's
on the verge of like having a home built together. So that's something. And it was with someone that was like a friend of ours. So, but I have to say, looking back, I mean, I still had a lot of growing to do. I'm going to probably say he did too. They're probably still together, which if they're happy, fucking great, whatever. But yeah, I think it's
you know, it's it's the old saying, and it's so true. Everything happens for a reason. You know,
100%.
people come into your life, and you are supposed to learn. You need to take something away.
Yeah.
Because things are shitty. Don't go through that pain and bullshit for nothing. Like,
it ain't worth it.
Out of it, learn something from it, and keep moving forward, you know? Like, I remember when my first husband left, I was pregnant with my daughter. I was 3 months pregnant. And I'll never forget my father's words to me. He's like, Kat, you got a choice. You're either going to sink or you're going to swim.
Yeah.
What's it going to be? It was my choice as to how I was going to be able to navigate through and pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sink or swim. Everyone's got the choice. So
I know. And I think we all forget that sometimes too. Even just like with divorce, or even you know, what I've gone through, or even just people like struggling with dating and stuff. Like, it's so easy to fall in, like fall, and trust me, I have done it many times where I just sit and I feel sorry for myself. And I have a partner who doesn't really, like, you know, he lets me do what I do, but he kind of brings out that, like, okay, time to fucking float, girl.
But that's good. That's
Yeah,
good,
it
right?
is. And there's times where I get frustrated and I'm like, fuck, just let me like be sad, right? And he does, but he's like, you know, when the head starts going underwater, it's like, no, get the fuck back up, girl, and breathe. Like, and I struggled with that for a while. I won't lie. I was like, oh my God, does this guy like not have like a fucking soul? Like, I was so, it was hard. It was hard. And that's why he's very different, because everyone else I had been with before would like join the pity party a little, or support the pity party.
Right.
And where he's there, but it's like, okay, like,
yeah,
right?
That's what makes it a great relationship, because you know, you both have your strengths and weaknesses.
Well, I'd say I've got more strengths for sure.
Of course you do. That's an obvious thing, but
I'm just saying that out loud because he's not home right now. But when he watches this,
you're being pretty blazing about stuff, boy.
I keep forgetting he can totally just watch this, and then we're
this
gonna,
is true. So watch what you
say.
Like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
But yeah, that's true. You want someone that'll support, but not, you know, they need to help lift you, just like you need to lift him, you know.
Yes.
And that's just so important. And I don't know if I haven't had that, you know.
Yeah.
So that's something that, you know, I think is very important. So good for you that you're in a relationship that does that.
Yeah, no, I have to say for sure, I do have that in my relationship. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. So yeah, girl, that's it. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah. I don't even, I was watching, we always talk about Netflix or our binge, but I haven't really been on anything because I finished Dead to Me. I was on that.
I know. So I started it, but then I started season 1 again because I've been watching so much other stuff. I needed a refresh. So I'm still on just finishing season 1, but I'm still on Billions. We're just going to be starting the last
season. My God.
It is, I know. Because there's like 5 seasons. There's 5 seasons. So I started from 1. Anyway, it is incredible. I know. Everyone's like, you're boring. But yeah, no, I basically started like season 1, Dead to Me, almost done. Gonna start the 2nd season, finishing Billions. But we've been busy too. Like, now the weather's nice. We've just been like, instead of like sitting inside and watching TV, we've been outside having drinks, watching sunsets. Like, we've been really taking everything in. And then we just kind of come in. And if we have the little one, we're doing stuff with him in the evening. We got these pets to take care of. And
how are your pets?
Pets are amazing.
Good.
Yeah, Coco's amazing, super affectionate. She started eating cucumbers this week, for those of you who shit.
What is she again? Like a dwarf hamster?
She's a winter white dwarf hamster.
Oh, for God's sake. She's a rodent.
She's so cute. She doesn't have a tail, so she's cute. Anyway, and then Tuco is amazing. So we didn't broadcast last week, but all of a sudden, like, Marcus was doing his schoolwork last week, and then all of a sudden, Tuco just flew on the laptop, flew on top of like the screen of the laptop, and he came to us, and we were like, oh my God. And now when he's on the couch, he's up here, he's chewing my necklace, he's chewing my hair, he's loving me, lets me kiss him. But I have to like watch more YouTube videos, because when I want him to perch, he just bites. So he wants to crawl over me. So something with hands. So I'm wondering if it's because I was chasing him, trying to pick him up, or if maybe because he was about 3 months old when I got him. So maybe the way they were handling him, I don't know. But anyway, he's actually really awesome. And like, I'm trying to get him, like, so I've got Marcus and I started an Instagram page for them.
Yeah.
And so in the Asian community, as we know, like Asian people are extremely disciplined, right? So in the Asian community, these birds, these lovebirds and there's all these different birds I'm learning about. And anyway, so we've got all these like Instagram followers from from Asian countries, and they like the stuff they do and the tricks they do with these, it's insane. It's insane. So not that I'm gonna like
basically you want to train. You want to train them.
Like they'll do like little things in the birds. It's I don't know. Okay, now I sound crazy, but anyway, they're very intelligent birds. It's just you got to give them the time. Like he's really sweet. He's a really smart little bird. So I'm having fun.
Shit on you yet?
What's that?
Has he shit on you yet?
Not on me. Maybe once.
Wow.
Maybe once.
Okay.
Maybe once.
Okay.
No, he's pretty good. So when we typically we keep the cage open, and he loves his cage. So we have like a big window in the back there. So he goes on the windowsill. So I just took like white paper and I line it so that if he does go, it just goes on the paper and then we just like throw it away or whatever. But he's pretty good.
Not a pooper.
If they do go, so it's like whatever. I have little wipes, so we just wipe it and whatever. Disinfects, wipes.
I had a cockatiel Bo, and he pooped everywhere. Like he was such a pooper. It was ridiculous.
This one's okay. Like he does, but he only really likes to go on the windowsill. And then he'll go sort of like on the back of the couch, but it's leather. So sometimes I'll just put like a sheet. So if he goes, then we just like shake it out and toss it in the wash. Or just like little Lysol wipes. But he's not all over the house. Like he's actually really, really clean. And we bought one of those nets, like the mesh nets that go at the bottom of the cage. So there's no mess. Yeah. Like it's really, and he's very clean. So that way.
Well, congratulations on that.
This thing would have been on Kijiji already.
Right. I know. I know it.
Yeah. No, he's good. I love him.
I know you do. Oh, the wild world of Michele. Well, are we wrapping up and we will chat again next week?
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get my face done.
You don't need to.
Well, you're very kind. You come in looking like Zsa Zsa Gabor, and I just took off my rubber gloves. So
Zsa Zsa Gabor, she was like 100. Thanks.
Like younger version.
Thanks. You always have to note that when you're using those examples, please.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right, baby.
I might go make like a big girl drink now, because
you're ready now. You feel better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us rant. DX3 podcast radio. Death, divorce, dating, drugs, drinking. We cover it all. Drama. We will cover it all. We are all the D's. All the D's. So yeah, have a great week. Everyone continue to stay safe because it sucks. I know, but we have to be mindful and hopefully things will open back up again and we can get back to some sort of normal life, but stay safe. You too.
You too.
Okay, boo.
Okay, boo. We'll see you next week.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
Bye.